rating is proving, despite losing 1 million viewers from last year, is that she has risen the entire league.
Caitlin Clark that they're mad about. Now they're pissed off because people are willing to pay up to see Caitlin Clark.
It started like any other broadcast. Caitlin Clark, now a staple of women's basketball, stood on the hardwood, poised and professional, holding her mic with confidence. The Indiana Fever had just wrapped up a tough game. Cameras rolled, the crowd buzzed, and Caitlin, always eloquent, always sharp, was moments into delivering her post-game remarks. Then it happened. From the edge of the frame, a tall, unmistakable figure emerged. Larry Bird. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. The Celtics legend, Indiana's native son, the man who defined toughness, grit, and basketball genius for an entire generation. Nobody expected him to be there. No announcer introduced him. No cameras had caught him earlier in the crowd. But suddenly, there he was, towering, calm, iconic. He walked up slowly and without a word, gently reached out and took the mic from Caitlin Clark's hand. The entire arena froze. Commentators went silent. Fans held their breath. And Caitlin, wide-eyed and stunned, took a step back, a mix of shock and disbelief etched across her face. Larry Bird didn't say, "Excuse me." He didn't ask for permission. He just started talking. "This girl," he said, pausing to nod in Caitlin's direction, "is the real deal."
Industry is football season and waiting for football that Caitlin Clark has become a leading source of content.
The crowd erupted. He held the mic like he used to hold the ball, firm, with purpose. There was no script, no PR filter, just raw emotion from a legend who rarely speaks in public anymore. "I've been watching this game for decades," Bird continued, "and I've seen all kinds of players come and go, but every once in a while, one shows up who changes everything." He turned to look at Caitlin. She's not just putting up numbers, she's shifting the culture.
You guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water.
The ovation that followed was deafening. People were on their feet. Phones went up. Cameras zoomed in on Caitlin Clark's face as her expression changed from surprise to disbelief, then something else. Humility, maybe. Awe. She looked like someone who'd grown up idolizing the stories of legends like Bird. And now, here he was, publicly passing the torch. Larry wasn't done. "I remember when people used to say women's basketball didn't matter," he said. "They said it wasn't exciting. They said nobody watched. Well, look around." He gestured to the packed arena. Fans in jerseys. Signs that read, "Clark is GOAT."
What has impact are those all-star ratings, the merchandise sales explosion, the ticket sale explosion, the TV rating increases, and more.
Families who'd driven hours just to catch a glimpse of her in person. They watch now. Then he said something that would be played in highlight reels for decades. "She's doing what I tried to do in the 80s. Make the game undeniable. Doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. If you love hoops, you love what she's doing."
Rating is proving, despite losing 1 million viewers from last year, is that she has risen the entire league.
There was a pause. Then he handed the mic back to Caitlin. No ceremony, just a simple, "Sorry to interrupt." The crowd gave him a standing ovation as he walked away, disappearing into the tunnel just as quietly as he'd appeared. And Caitlin? She stood there for a moment, frozen. She blinked, swallowed hard. Then she cracked a smile, genuine, almost tearful. "Okay," she said into the mic, her voice slightly shaking. "Well, that just happened." The crowd laughed, cheered again. I don't really know what to say right now. Larry Bird just hijacked my interview, and honestly, that might be the coolest moment of my life." The internet exploded within minutes. Clips of the moment dominated every platform: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Headlines screamed things like, "Larry Bird stuns Caitlin Clark with live TV mic takeover," and "Larry crowns Caitlin, basketball royalty unites." Analysts and fans alike debated the meaning behind Bird's words, dissecting every phrase like it was scripture. But for Caitlin Clark, the meaning was simple. She'd just been validated by one of the greatest ever.
Spreads and shares the basketball in an exciting way, and all of a sudden there's a momentum behind her and the league has relevancy.
In the following days, the reaction didn't slow down. ESPN ran the clip on loop. Former players tweeted their admiration. Shaq said it gave him chills. Magic Johnson called it a beautiful passing of the torch moment. And Diana Taurasi, previously critical of the hype surrounding Caitlin, tweeted a single sentence: "Respect." What made the moment even more powerful was Larry Bird's history of silence. He's never been one to chase cameras. He's rarely seen at WNBA events. And yet, here he was, making a statement with no prompting, no agenda, just pure admiration. Reporters later confirmed that Bird had requested no press around his appearance. He didn't want it to be a stunt. He just wanted to speak his truth. And that's what made it hit so hard. Because Caitlin Clark wasn't just putting up points. She was changing minds, changing hearts, drawing attention to a league that had long fought for respect.
I mean, it doesn't do as well without her. Yeah, and tournaments without Tiger didn't do as well, but the whole sport was elevated.
And the fact that someone like Larry Bird would publicly endorse her, it shattered the last lingering doubts in the eyes of millions. In an interview the next day, Caitlin was still visibly glowing. "I don't think I'll ever get over that moment," she said. "Like, that's Larry Bird. I've got his posters in my childhood bedroom. My dad made me watch old Celtics games growing up, and to have him just walk up and say those things?" She paused. "I'll remember it forever." That single moment would go on to define the season. It became a rallying cry for fans of women's sports. Shirts were printed, memes were made. The NBA and WNBA released a joint commercial featuring the clip, overlaid with the words, "Game recognizes game." Ticket sales spiked again for Indiana Fever games. Caitlin's jersey, already a top seller, sold out in 3 more sizes. Even longtime WNBA skeptics started tuning in.
NBA has arrived. Caitlin Clark's gotten really good really fast. It's like the end of year 1 for Michael Jordan or year 3 for Michael Jordan. She's gotten really good.
Caitlin Clark that they're mad about. Now they're pissed off because people are willing to pay up to see Caitlin Clark.
Because if Larry Bird was paying attention, maybe they should too. And for Larry, he disappeared again. No interviews, no press tour, just gone. But that was Larry Bird. He never needed a mic to make noise. He just showed up, said what needed to be said, and left. But the echo of his words stuck around. "She's shifting the culture." Those 4 words became a slogan, painted on murals, quoted in Nike ads, worn on player warm-ups across the league. And Caitlin? She didn't let it change her. If anything, it fueled her. Her game reached another level. She played with more confidence, more aggression, more joy. Because now she wasn't just proving something to the world, she was carrying something, a legacy. And when asked about it weeks later, after another double-double, another clutch 3-pointer, she was asked again about that Larry Bird moment. She smiled. "It's still surreal," she said. "But I think what he did wasn't just about me. It was about everyone who's ever felt underestimated. Every girl who's been told her sport doesn't matter. He gave us all a little louder voice that day."
And now the merch sales are up 500% and attendance is up, 40%. So they're going to get a raise. There's no question.
And maybe that's why it resonated so deeply. Because it wasn't just a mic drop. It was a mic lift. A gesture that said, "You belong."
And you got to put a body on her, or you got to double team her, or she's going to embarrass you. She's shooting 33-footers.
So when Caitlin stepped back onto the court the next game, something felt different. The crowd stood a little taller. The lights shone a little brighter. And the game? It felt like more than a game. Because Larry Bird didn't just grab a mic that night. He handed over the future.